Remember, many of those people here on social media, they don't want you to know the facts because they want to continue to play on your fears and manipulate you. But I will put you today into a position that will allow you to stop them from doing that. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to 2026. The year already started off pretty rough, right? January 4th, and we wish that this year would be already over. But it is not. It just started, and lies and misinformation and incompetence are spreading through the United States like wildfire. And of course, health, food, and nutrition are not safe or exempt from that, although you would think they might be, but they are not. On our channel here, we do our little part to cut through all the BS and bring you the facts, and this is where we start this year with a video series on seed oils. And we start with canola oil, one of the most consumed oils on the planet, because you need to know the facts. You are much more worth than just being lied to. Oh man, I feel this is a never-ending story, really. So there are a lot of people on social media that talk about seed oils, or be it RFK Jr. or Paul Saladino or our all-beloved Dr. Berg, or the food babe Joseph McCullough, Mark Sisson, and of course also this guy, the Liver King. And they all constantly lie about nutrition, food, and health. A lot of people get sucked into this fear-mongering, and I'm sure you all heard about this. Seed oils are toxic and full of chemicals, and they cause inflammation, and you should avoid them at all costs. It almost is like you're going to die on the spot. I hate to break it to you, but you're listening to the wrong people, because guess what? All of this is just made up. It is just not true. So this video is not about you consuming or not consuming canola oil. This video is really about giving you the facts, because facts do one thing to you. They will empower you to make your own decisions. Remember, many of those people here on social media, they don't want you to know the facts because they want to continue to play on your fears and manipulate you. But I will put you today into a position that will allow you to stop them from doing that. So you all know the drill. Subscribe, like, it helps out the big time. I don't have any sponsors. I will never do an ad read. You guys are helping to build this from the ground up. There is no big money in the background. This is all grassroots. So subscribe, watch, and like. And for everyone who's subscribing, thank you so much. You guys are really helping me out big time. And let's get into it. So seed oils are really a made-up name for a highly diverse group of vegetable oils with extremely different fat profiles. The only thing they all have in common is that they are all extracted from plant seeds. But this is pretty much where the similarities stop. Depending on the oil, not just the extraction methods will differ, but also fat profiles differ immensely. Boiling points differ, and of course also the nutritional value of those oils differ immensely depending on what oil we're talking about. Canola oil is just one of the many oil models that are in the seed oil group. And canola oil is made from crushed seeds of the canola plant. So the canola plant is a rapeseed variety specifically bred to have low erucic acid. So canola oil doesn't only produce a very low amount of erucic acid, the majority of canola oil is still a monounsaturated omega-9 fatty acid, but it is oleic acid, which is the acid that you find in olive oil as well. The rest of canola oil are polyunsaturated fatty like linoleic acid, 19% typically, and alpha-linoleic acid, which is 9% typically, and a relatively low amount, between 9 and 10% of saturated fat. The essential thing you need to know is that if you compare the fat profile of canola oil with olive oil, you will find very stark similarities in what fats are actually present and in which amounts. There's no evidence that supports the claim that canola oil is toxic. That evidence doesn't exist. When I say no evidence, I don't mean that there has been no study. There have been studies done with pretty high canola oil consumption, but in none of those studies was toxicity found. So it is not true that canola oil is toxic. It is also not true that canola oil consumption is related to unhealthy levels or even an increase in inflammation. And again, the evidence here is not that there are no studies have been done. There are studies done. They have shown that the high consumption of canola oil will not lead to higher inflammation levels. And I'm going to give you one example, which is a study here. Those researchers investigated the ingestion of different oils and their relation to inflammation in diseased tissue, in gut tissue. They compared olive oil to canola oil. What they found is not that canola oil does increase the symptoms in patients, That's not what they find at all. In fact, they found a slight reduction of inflammatory symptoms and inflammatory markers in those patients that consumed regularly daily canola oil in a pretty high amount. What they also found is that those symptoms were reduced more when they were consuming olive oil and not canola oil. But so I hope you get the difference. If people say that increases inflammation, this is just not what we see. We're not seeing a relation between increased inflammation and canola oil. Where olive oil and canola oil differ is the processing part. And that's really a stark difference between olive oil and canola oil, because canola oil, similar to other oils, soybean oil, palm oil, and corn oil, is what we call RBD oils, which refers to the processing. This means that canola, like all the other oils I just mentioned, undergoes an extraction process, typically with a solvent, and that is typically hexane. So I want to point out, first of all, before we talk about this, I want to point out that hexane is used, as I mentioned, also in non-seed oils, like palm oils are typically also hexane extracted. So it's not a seed oil problem, it's the RBD oil problem. And hexane is also used as a solvent for many other food products, like protein powders can be extracted with hexane, supplements like some of the vitamins can be extracted with hexane, or herb supplements can be extracted with hexane. The rub is, hexane is not allowed in any organic food production. So if a food product has an organic label, you know it wasn't extracted with hexane. I hope at this point of time, you already realize that the fear about canola oil is exactly that. It's just fear-mongering in complete utter BS. But I want to go very quick over some of the health-promoting bioactive compounds that you also can find in canola oil. So first up, vitamin E. Canola oil is quite high in vitamin E. It's a fat-soluble vitamin. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that is very important for your reproductive health and for your heart health. And if you don't like canola oil, you can find vitamin E in all kinds of nuts, of course seeds, vegetable oils. Some of the leafy greens have higher vitamin E levels, like spinach, for example. And then whole grains and bread that is made from whole grains also has quite high vitamin E. Second, canola oil also has quite some flavonoids. Flavonoids are also antioxidants. They often have anti-cancer properties. And guess what? They're also anti-inflammatory. You can find flavonoids in all kinds of other plant products as well. They're pretty common, especially in fruit. Berry fruit, for example, often have a high amount of flavonoids as well. And seeds, of course, do have high amounts of flavonoids typically as well. And then thirdly, canola oil also has a good amount of sterols in it, actually also anti-inflammatory properties, and other sterols help with hormone production. But I just want to say they are there, right? And that's true for every oil, not just for canola oil. Olive oil has a lot of bioactive compounds as well, against a very healthy product. Because they both have very similar fat profiles and a ton of bioactive compounds, they both have also proven health benefits. Regular canola oil consumption, similar to the regular use of olive oil, has especially shown to reduce LDL cholesterol levels and an increase in vitamin E levels. So this is what we know has happened. We're very uncertain if canola oil will increase insulin sensitivity. Doesn't look like it. Or if it will help reduce fatty liver disease. Most likely not, right? But we do that olive oil can have those benefits when consumed regularly. As I said, this is not a video for or against seed oils. This is a video against misinformation and for the facts. The message that is out there currently, seed oils are bad for you and they increase inflammation. You should have learned today in this video that is not true, at least not for canola oil. Canola oil is safe, is a good cooking oil, and even has a few health benefits. Can it be used as a functional food like olive oil could? Most likely not. But does it increase inflammation? Absolutely not. It does not. People that say that are lying to you. There's no evidence for that. And that should be your takeaway for today. And if you want to know more, please purchase my book. As I said, we don't do any ad reads. I don't do any sponsorships. This is a way for you to give back. We have tons of information on nutrition in there. I give a lot of examples of recipes that worked on my own weight loss journey. And it's a great way for you to give back to the channel. And others than that, like, subscribe. I see you next time. I'm out.